For this next exercise, I'm going to be going over what I call a 4-point plank hover. I recommend using a ball or a yoga block that you can place between your knees for this exercise. You're going to place one hand under each shoulder. Knees are going to be directly under your hips, toes are going to be tucked under, and your ball or your yoga block is going to go between your knees. I want you to walk your knees and your feet in so that they are parallel around that ball or block that you're holding between your legs. And then you're going to find that nice neutral position, so making sure that we're not arching through our back, we're not rounded forward, but we're back in that neutral position where my rib cage is stacked right over. If you're not sure, you can take a hand back here and sort of just feel. Does it feel flat? Does it feel like it's dipped down? Does it feel like it's rounded up? You want to find that nice long position. From here, the other piece you want to make sure is that your vision is looking straight down at the floor. Oftentimes people tend to look forward. When we do that, we're arching our neck, and then that automatically creates usually more of an arch in our low back. So if you keep your neck in neutral, that will also help your lower back to stay in a more neutral position. So from here, we're going to be using that Kegel and that breath connection that we have been practicing from the previous videos. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, refer back to those. So from here, we're going to inhale to start, exhale, draw up and in from our lower abdominals, pelvic floor, and into the rest of our deep core system as we exhale to float up. I want you to make sure that you're maintaining that squeeze around the ball or the block at about 50% ground. I'm thinking about pushing back into my heels. Oftentimes people tend to shift forward, which makes it more of an arm exercise. I want you to think about keeping that weight equally distributed over all 4 limbs. And then as you lower, you're going to exhale to bring it back down. So while I'm lifted, I want you to think about using that breath. As you're lifted and holding, I'm taking a deep breath in, exhale, connecting again, and lowering down. Every time we are breathing, and especially during that exhale, we are having another opportunity to connect deeper into our pelvic floor and deep core system. So utilizing that breath while we're working through an exercise is really important for establishing more efficiency through our deep core system, that intra-abdominal pressure system, and also allowing our body to work most effectively. If we're in certain exercises like this and we're holding our breath, that is usually an indication that the body is saying, hey, I'm being challenged beyond my capacity, and we need to regress that exercise for a little while to then progress back up to that current challenge. Breath holding is a strategy that the body will deploy in order to create intra-abdominal pressure that it doesn't have or that it can't maintain well in that system while we're breathing. So the breath holding strategy then becomes the secondary option for the body to be able to perform that activity. That's fine for short term, but not as a long-term solution, and can create other issues within the body. So make sure that while you're doing these exercises, you're breathing throughout and utilizing that exhale to really connect with your core.